Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be about why I believe I've struggled to get into a relationship in my 20s. But before I get into that, please like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, if you relate to the content, and tell me what you think. Yeah, I'm just gonna jump straight into it. If you relate, leave a comment. If you don't relate, bruh, I don't care, bro. So it's 10 points that I'm gonna give you guys. So let me get started. Number 1, I had anxiety around women. Number 2, low self-esteem. Number 3, fear of not being heard. Number 4, trust issues. Number 5, my negative outlook on relationships. Number 6, I wasn't aware of the type of girl I was into. Number 7, I was consumed with life after school thoughts. Number 8, it didn't make sense for me to date. I'll explain that. Number 9, I was discouraged by unsuccessful talking stages. Number 10, I am selfish. I'm going to explain the ones that need to get broken down a little more because the other ones are straightforward. So I'm going to start with I had anxiety around women. If I think back now to my life so far, technically I've only been in 2 relationships. And both of those relationships have been while I was at school. And both of those relationships were very dope because the people that I was with, they never forced me to do certain things. They allowed me to warm up to them. You know, they took their time, and each relationship was different in its own way. And I never had thoughts of being cheated on. Even if I was, I don't know. But I never entertained those thoughts. I never was negative towards both of those relationships. It took time for me to warm up to the people, to the girls I was in a relationship with, but in the end, I don't regret any of those relationships. I think afterwards, during the talking stages, the relationships or the friendships or the talking stages that didn't work out, it really discouraged me to actually focus my time into getting into a relationship. Even when I tried to date people, it didn't work out. You know, sometimes I'd find myself stuck in the friend zone. Other times I genuinely feel like somebody's not interested like that, but they still want to continue the conversations with me because I'm an interesting person, as they would say. And at the time, I never went with the approach of friends, but I always found myself in those pockets, you know, in those people's lives or family zones. And I wasn't aware of it at the time. It's only when time passed that I was like, oh, but this is happening a lot, you know, and my feelings are being hurt, and my self-esteem, like I said here in the list, was going down because I couldn't find myself in relationships or get into relationships with people I liked because they were not interested like that, or I gave them the wrong impression. As the years went by, I evaluated my steps, and I think in 2016 I decided that I'm actually going to close this chapter and focus on myself for a while. Like I said on the list, that I just felt like I was not good enough or I wasn't enough. So I felt like in order for me to be in a successful relationship, I need to establish something for myself so I can spoil the person that I'm with my own money. We can go and do things with my own money, and we can basically do everything without the assistance of my parent. That was basically another excuse for me, even though it's right, but you're young, you know, you want to explore, even if it's with the assistance of your guardians. You need to explore. It was just another excuse for me to not date, to run away from the possibilities of getting into a relationship. So that led to me not really knowing what type of person that I was into. Like I said on the list, I had an idea, and it was a very strict list of type of person that I'm into. And as time went, I learned and found out about other people in other walks of life when I moved out of home. And I realized that if I close myself off too much, I will miss out on the opportunity to date somebody that genuinely likes me, doesn't necessarily meet the requirements, but, you know, they are compatible. So I learned that as time went, and then I started changing the requirements that I wanted. Still, though, it didn't really work. It got better, things got better. I got into more talking stages, but I found myself in the same type of bracket in terms of being friend zoned, being family zoned, friendships ending, and miscommunication happening. And I can't blame other people because I am the common denominator, you know. Even though there are cases where genuinely people weren't interested, I genuinely believe that I'm mostly in the wrong. I'm not afraid to take responsibility for the mistakes that I make because I grow from them. The person I am today is because mistakes other people made and the mistakes that I've made. I think also I overthink things. I think I noted it here as well. I overthink. Let's say I'm in a talking stage with somebody, and then everything is good. It's lit, you know. Like we meet, conversations are dope. I find a way to overthink myself out of that situation, out of that talking stage. I find a reason for it to fail, or I find a reason to catch feelings for things I shouldn't be catching feelings for that didn't even happen. So whenever I see that person, I think of that negative thought. So that eliminates the feelings I have for that person. I think over the years also, the fear of being vulnerable, of opening up has increased. I don't know why, but you know, it's been very difficult for me to actually decide, look, I'm gonna get into a relationship now. I don't even try, bro. Like it's like a brain freeze that happens, like a brick wall, you know, and it's very confusing. I'm working on it now, but you know, there are certain things people struggle with in life, and I think relationships and friendships are one of those things for me. Yeah, people have said you're a nice guy. Any girl who'd be lucky to have you. I want to introduce you to my friend. She'll be really interested in you. I've been told that so many times, and it also is very discouraging. Imagine you being interested in someone and then they tell you, I have a friend that will like you, or you know, my cousin is your type, I think I should introduce you to them. It's like a low blow, and it's a major dent in someone's confidence. So that has happened a couple of times, but it's not the end of the world. You know, these things happen. It's not the reason why I've struggled. It's just forms part of the self-esteem being bruised type of thing. I won't lie, but I have a lot of issues when it comes to these things. I think there's a lot of things I'm good at, and there's a lot of things I know. But when it comes to relationships and building friendships, because of my experiences with friendships specifically in the past, it's difficult for me to even maintain friendships because I haven't practiced the art of maintaining friendships, you know. So yeah, that's just my struggles with relationships, or my struggles with the thoughts of relationships. I think the possibility of relationship ends before I even get to know that person. The thought of negative mindset or this won't work out is what kills it. I'm working on it today, but I do believe that before I actually get to that point, there will be even more talking stages that fail before I figure things out. But one thing that I do know from overcoming other things, that things take time to overcome. And by the time you overcome certain things, your circle is going to become very small, and you're going to have to choose who you want in your circle and who you don't want in your circle, you know. But yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please do the things. Please keep supporting me, and stay tuned for my next couple of videos. If you haven't watched my other videos, please check them out, and check you guys next time.